Have you downloaded the Self-Centered Women podcast yet? What are you waiting for? What is the Self-Centered Women podcast? So the podcast is a spinoff of Reconnected to Life, which is all about redefining what it means to be self-centered. And we become self-centered through the 4 seeds of self-care primarily, which are consistently eating well, sleeping well, meditating, and exercise. And that when we are doing that on a regular basis, we are more easily accomplishing our goals, fostering more meaningful relationships, and better connecting with the community. And when we are doing all of those things, we have a happier, healthier life. That is not something I made up, it's science. When your brain feels better, it does better, and all of those things are conducive to a healthier brain. So the Self-Centered Women podcast talks about our successes, our failures, and our hopes and our dreams, and how do we navigate those things in a healthy way. Always with the foundation of consistently practicing the 4 seeds of self-care, diving deeper into each one, meditating, sleeping, exercise, nutrition, and hearing from real people, real stories about how they navigate their life with the 4 seeds of self-care through triumphs and failures and immense grief, which is what our first episode is about. My dear friend Cassandra losing her husband very unexpectedly and figuring out how to go on with 2 small children. And I wanted to start the podcast off with that episode because losing a loved one is about the worst thing that anybody can imagine, a spouse. And I wanted to show you all that she is thriving through that. And so if we can set off Cassandra as our example of how to navigate hard things, I think it makes things that aren't so grief-worthy, like having to pay our taxes or having to wake up in the morning or having to go to a job that we don't like, how to move to a different job that we do like, how to navigate our life in a healthy way, because we are still here. We have our life, but it is fleeting. And the more that we lean into the fact that death is a real inevitability that we all will face, I truly believe that that will teach us how to live better. And the 4 seeds of self-care will be an aid, a guide to help us to do that better. So download the podcast, the Self-Centered Women podcast, and join us on this journey to be self-centered.